We continue to follow developing news. Police have now taken a shooter into custody after a standoff in Eagle Mountain.
Police and SWAT teams say the suspect shot a family member in a house facing Pony Express Parkway. Sergeant Spencer Cannon with the Utah County Sheriff's Office says they received a call of multiple shots fired at about 1:45 this afternoon. When they arrived, they found a 61-year-old man had been shot in the lower abdomen. The victim was flown to the hospital but is said to be doing okay. Sergeant Cannon says multiple nearby schools were put on lockdown and neighbors were asked to shelter in place.
More than 20 people are injured, with 2 in critical condition after a bus crash near Tremonton early this morning. Fox 13 News reporter Chris Arnold caught up with several passengers who say this was the scariest moment of their lives.
My mom don't know where I'm at. So I just want my mom to know where I'm at.
Passengers like John Loosebrook, visibly emotional, shaken up, and even injured after a bus crash on I-84 just west of Tremonton early Monday morning.
I got people laying on top of me, shattered glass underneath me. I got a dislocated shoulder on it.
That crash, according to Utah Highway Patrol, taking place around 4:30 Monday morning. They say the driver of the bus was reportedly changing lanes when they lost control because of the slick roadway.
Did a full 360. And then the bus went over, and I was on the side of the bus that turned up like that, so I fell down and smashed my head to the bone.
In all, Jess Gomez with Intermountain says 19 people were taken to Intermountain Bear River Hospital in Tremonton, where some are still being treated for minor injuries. 7 others who were deemed to be serious to critical condition were transported elsewhere, mainly to McCady Hospital in Ogden. Now, after the crash, one passenger on the bus, Anthony Robinson, says he jumped into action to help others who were hurt.
Just try to help as many people, there was a dog on there, and I guess that was somebody's emotional support pet, so that also, meant a lot.
That dog named Copper belonging to Kiani Hoding. Her sister Katasha Crotto says Kiani was traveling aboard the bus from Boise back home to Iowa after helping care for their father before he died last month.
She is really sore. She can't really move. Her x-rays came back okay, just severe bruising and swelling, thankfully.
Crotto shared this screenshot from her sister's Life 360 app that showed the bus at one point was going 73 miles per hour.
It will pinpoint your location, and it also keeps track of your speeds, and it detects crashes.
Fox 13 News spoke with Utah Highway Patrol Sergeant Cameron Roden Monday afternoon. He says they're considering speed as a factor into this crash, but will do a full investigation to determine if that was the case. Those we spoke with who walked away from the crash this morning say this bus shouldn't have been on the road in those snowy conditions.
I just think it was a little too fast and a little too, don't get in the fast lane in the snow, you know what I mean?
You shouldn't have been driving, not in this weather.
Well, I've reached out on multiple occasions to Salt Lake Express throughout the day to try and get them to talk about the crash this morning, as well as their rules for driving in the snow and when they decide whether to delay or even stop a trip. I was told a manager would call me back, but they have not at this time. In Garland, Chris Arnold, Fox 13 News, Utah.
The UHP says that bus did not have seatbelts for passengers. However, the bus driver was wearing a seatbelt and was not hurt.
Governor Spencer Cox commented on this crash. He said, "I am grateful for the emergency crews and first responders who worked through the night to triage this accident and save lives. Our prayers are with the injured and their families."